Good morning. I was like, I didn't look in the mirror. Not bad. You know why? Because my hair's getting long enough to not fall completely out when I'm asleep. All right, hold on a minute. Hold on a second. I did that before I started. Anyway, I shared a post by Madonna Dale, who I only ever knew as Brittany Dale. He was a Britney Spears impersonator in Brooklyn Park area of it's an area kind of like just south of Baltimore City. I mean, it's just kind of part of Baltimore actually. And he used to hang around in front of this shopping center where I would go to this place called Value Village, where it was secondhand. It's like a Goodwill, only it's not Goodwill. It's some other company trying to rip people off for their donated goods. Anyway, and I used to shop there all the time. And he would be in the median. He'd be in the median strip of Ritchie Highway, dressed in drag. But I mean, I guess in the summertime, sometimes we might have said it was inappropriate. But at this point in the world, the kids are so accustomed to seeing outlandish outfits and things like that when my son was little, he was just like, and we'd be like, and he was super friendly, very kind, friendly, because he just had an attention-seeking habit. I mean, I've seen his documentary. This dude has been severely abused as a child growing up. And it's amazing to see him now, all these years later. I'm like, I can't believe that 25 years later, he's still in the street dancing, but not in Baltimore anymore. He's in North Carolina now. And I'm like, I can't believe I've stumbled across Brittany Dale, who's now known as Madonna Dale. I guess he picked up Madonna, said, okay, I've done Brittany enough. Let me do Madonna for a few years. And his body, I'm watching him jump around, and I'm thinking, all these people that mocked him, oh, he's horrible. And this lady in the parking lot was like, hide your children's eyes. I was just like, look, it wasn't that. He didn't have his schlong hanging out or anything like the Olympics people did. Like, it wasn't like that. I mean, yeah, I could see how some people would be disturbed. But I mean, the best thing to do in a situation like that with little kids, if you're disturbed, is just not to call major attention to it to the kid. If the kid says, hey, what was that going on? Then you can discuss how this guy had a dress on or whatever. Be like, yeah, well, some guys don't know what they're doing, so they want to wear it. I mean, just downplay it. Kind of like just be cool about it, What's the big deal? Anyway, he was always so kind. So sweet. Dancing around. I'm looking at him now and I'm going, all those people, all those haters, I'll bet you not one of those people has the range of mobility that he has all over his body. I watched him dance. Both his shoulders, both his hips, his knees. He looks like, now, his movements are little bit smaller, a little tiny bit stiffer, but we're talking 25 years has gone by. Other than that, it pretty much looks the same. And I'm thinking, we all should have been doing what Dale was doing. He danced away his trauma. He's not all fucked up on drugs. I mean, he may have been at one time, but he's not now. I mean, it's just the dancing, the accepting oneself. People say, he's a lunatic, Karen. He's dancing around in the street and I get what you're saying. I get what your first thought is, but you don't know him. You didn't stop and talk to him. I have. Clearly, there's something in his system that wants to save his life and did it by dancing, by moving the somatic movements that release trauma and finding that he touched other people in the public, strangers, myself, people that have never spoken to him, but beep and wave every day. Beep, beep, hey! And he'd be like, yo! He spread so much joy in that area, that crime-ridden area of Baltimore. I mean, it wasn't like the inner city, but it was bad enough that I think he made Brooklyn a less crime-ridden place. I think he improved the place, frankly. And wherever he went in North Carolina, he's improving it there too. He'll bring a smile to you if you look and don't judge with your old churchianity or whatever stuck up in your head. You can't help but find a little giggle in your heart when you see this grown man who's very fit, by the way, dressed like Britney Spears, dancing around, telling everybody please love each other. Can we please send good energy to those in North Carolina who have perished and struggling still today, and they will be struggling for years, and nobody's paying a damn attention to it. I mean, some are, but you know what I'm saying? The world's just going on about their business. Well, Dale's thinking about him. He danced. He danced in their honor, you know, in front of this fair thing yesterday, and I posted it. I shared it in my community section. Dale, I could have done myself some favors by doing what you did with your body all those years, and probably would have drank a lot less and used less drugs or whatever I was doing to numb out what I thought was my fault, but it wasn't, you know, and I now am turning to dance after all that time, and it's a slow going. My shoulder is wrecked today. I'm afraid to tell the instructor I fucked my arm up, but I'm looking at him raising his arms up and I'm thinking, man, if I could just, he needs to I'm going to tell him, you need to put together just a few, if it was 3 or 5 little planned out with the dance steps and all, workout video to a particular song. And he used to have like 5 of them and just little aerobic, and he should do it and put it in a little package and sell that bitch on Amazon. I want to tell him. Because he could do it, because he does moves that are easy, fun, and like he could do, you know, I mean, he could do it. He could show us how to have a good time for 5 minutes every morning and get this body moving. Anyway, God bless Dale. And every time I've ever seen him, I would be in the most devastated part of my life, and I would see him, and it would just, I could not help but smile. Dale, you have saved me many a day. Standing on that narrow curb in between the lanes on Ritchie Highway, twirling around and making a mockery of yourself. But it was beautiful, and people honking and smiling and waving. You just made so many people's days brighter through the years, and you're still doing it. I couldn't believe it when you fell in my feet. I was just like, what? Dale is alive, straight, sane, and all that. I mean, and looking better than ever. I'm jelly of your mobility. Let's have a great day, YouTube.